We won't,
No.
promise. Another check on Netflix here. The stock around the lows of the after-hour session following the streamer's narrow earnings beat. The conference call wrapped up a few minutes ago. Let's bring in Rich Greenfield of LightShed Partners, who was on the call. He's got a buy rating on Netflix stock. Rich, great to have you with us.
I don't know how I follow that last segment, but go ahead.
It's not easy. Not fair.
You don't have to talk about squats. What did you make of this quarter, and what did you hear from Ted Sarandos about this deal?
That they are absolutely committed to getting to close, right? Like, they want this transaction. They are obviously they showed flexibility in adjusting to all cash. I think that's great. Makes it easier and faster to move this forward from a proxy standpoint. They'll probably get a vote in March or April. And look, I think this really, you see how focused Netflix is on winning this. I mean, again, nobody thought they were a bidder. And look, I think even listening to Ted and Greg on the call today, they were pretty clear that when this all started, they were sort of anti-acquisition. And as they got into it and they started doing due diligence on Warner Brothers, they believed this was something they had to have. And so I think that this is what makes it really hard. You know, you saw the commentary in the proxy this morning from Warner Brothers. It's going to be really hard for Paramount to come back because there is more value to the Discovery Global, the to be spun off piece of this that Netflix isn't buying than what Paramount had talked about. They had said it was worthless. Warner Brothers has said it's worth $3, $4, $5, maybe even $6 a share. That makes it very hard for Paramount to come back unless they're willing to really overspend on this, like to do something truly crazy from a valuation standpoint. And I don't think that makes sense for Paramount. So Paramount should just, I think, pack it in and go do something else with their cash rather than overspend to buy Warner Brothers. I doubt they'll do that, but I hope they do. For Netflix, I think they're really focused on winning. And it was interesting. They are far more confident in regulatory approval than what investors currently, when I talk to investors, they do not have Netflix's level of confidence on the regulatory side. And that was interesting to hear today.
Rich, it's Karen. So are you happier with Netflix? Let's say there were no Warner Brothers deal. Let's say it were just continue to remain independent. Do you like Netflix now with a combined, let's say they pay up some more from here, which I think they will have to do to close, or would you have preferred old Netflix?
Yeah, look, at this price level, Karen, I'm not sure it matters. You know, you've sort of been tagged for, right now you're tagged for doing a large deal. Netflix has never done a large deal, so you're sort of in that deal hell right now, or deal limbo. Paying a couple dollars more in the scheme of Netflix, I mean, they're going to generate $11 billion of free cash flow, at least in 2026. So I don't think paying a couple dollars more is not going to skew this. I think the question is does Paramount come out with some, 35, 37, like, do they just literally go for broke? And even though it's too much and too overvalued to do it anyway. And I think Netflix will pay any price. So, Karen, I think there is a price where Netflix walks away. I think they really do want this. So I think you're in this position now where Netflix wins within this range of a couple dollars. The stock's going to go up over the next year. They end up losing because of a knockout bid from Paramount. Stock is going up because it shouldn't be this far down on this process. So I think Netflix ends up being sort of a win-win. Which do I prefer? I mean, look, I think from the power that it, if you think about sort of what they can do with Warner Brothers, I think it's hard not to be attracted to the opportunity. If you think back to Disney and Bob Iger and what he was able to do, he made the acquisition of Lucas, Pixar, and Marvel. And those content acquisitions were transformative. I think of Warner Brothers as sort of being a similar transformative acquisition. Just imagine what Netflix can do with all of that IP over the course of the next decade.